Hey guys, Nikki here, writing for Jesus. All right, time for my January wrap up. So this month, I had my birthday, and so the first 2 weeks of the month I didn't read. I was just really busy with different things going on, a lot of good stuff, but yeah, I just didn't feel like reading. So these last 2 weeks, I read, and I read some pretty good stuff. Nothing was like 5-star, nothing was great. Yeah, it was a fine reading month, and it just feels good to read stuff and like get it off the shelves, and then like, you know, I feel accomplished, like check it off the list. I am in the middle of reading Genesis in my Bible and the Charlie Kirk book, Stop in the Name of God. I go really slow with nonfiction, just taking little bite-sized pieces, you know, at a time. So I hope to finish that book in February, but we'll see. So the first book that I finished in January was the last Junie B. Jones book in the series. So technically I've read the entire series. It's been like a few years since I've read a couple of them, but most of them I read last year, and then this one this year. So I'm done the series. So that feels good. This is all about Thanksgiving. Turkeys we have loved and eaten and other thankful stuff. So her class is doing like a competition with all the other classes in the school, and they're like, we want you to come up with a thankful list, and whoever has the best thankful list will win a pumpkin pie and get a little ribbon on their class door or whatever. So the kids are really excited, and the whole week they're coming up with their list of things that they're thankful for. And it's just really funny to see how kids are and see how most of the items on their list are food items. No family, no friends, like, just, you know, what they're thankful for. Oh, sprinkles and food. So it was cute. I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I'm not going to be keeping it. I'm not going to be keeping anything on this stack, actually. But yeah, it was fun. Okay. This was on my TBR. I thought this was going to be 5 stars. It was not. This book is about this kid, Trevor, and he loves to draw, and so he's always drawing pictures and creating. He did that a lot when he was younger. Now he's 12 years old, and he really feels responsible to take care of his mom and his stepsister and his sister. And his stepdad went to prison. And the way they tell the story with the stepdad, like, it's all very flashback. The dad had been abusive, and so he hit the mom, and she called the police. So then he's going to jail, and he's like, I'm gonna get out, and I'm gonna, you know, come back for you, like, you're still mine, blah, 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 you know, I'm coming back. And so the kid, Trevor, is really scared and really stressed out that his stepdad's gonna come back, and he's like, I'm not letting him hurt my family. He starts like religiously going to the gym and working out with his friend and just like pounding away on the punching bag and training himself. And the story is all revolving around that, and like, how are you going to use your hands? Are you going to fight, or are you going to heal and create and, you know, help people? I really could feel what he was going through, and I could understand and really admire his desire to protect his family. Nothing happened in this book. That's my biggest beef with this. I kept waiting and waiting and waiting for something significant to happen in this book, and it just ended. I was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I was in my room by myself, and I said, are you kidding me? Like 5 times. I was like, what? You could have done so much more. He left so many things hanging that I'm like, well, what happened? It was terrible. Like, I was very disappointed. Okay, then I read this comic. This is Bad Island by Doug TenNapel, and I really enjoyed this. This is a graphic novel about this family getting shipwrecked on an island, and there are all these weird creatures and all these things after them. And it was really sweet. I loved the family dynamic. It's a father and a wife, an older son, like 15, and then a little girl, about 5, I think. It was really sweet. It was really funny seeing the little girl, like, be so attached to her pet snake, and like the snake dies and she's still carrying it around. The parents are like gagging, like, just throw it away. And but I just loved seeing the family there for each other, and the way they were like, as long as we're together, we're fine. And they just responded so cool, calm, and collectively with, you know, with these rock creatures and these weird monsters like coming after them. Like, they just kicked butt. Like, you're not touching my family, you're not hurting my kids. Like, they just like defended each other. The big brother was always there for the little sister, and like, it was just really sweet. It was a fun time. It had, you know, good messages. It was a complete good story. It actually had kind of another separate story in the beginning, and then you see everything connect at the end. It was really satisfying. So yeah, I give it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. It was a good time. Okay, I am sorry, everybody. I am sorry, Celestria and Reese and Holly and all of you resistance and fantasy lovers out there. But this is a DNF. It was just not for me. I just couldn't do it. I got to chapter 4 and I could not push myself anymore. It's just not my genre. So this is about this guy who's like kind of in a gladiator match, and then this man sees him fighting and sees his spirit and sees how he doesn't want to kill anybody in the ring, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can like buy this slave and see if he can come with me and I'll take care of him. He can be like my son, and I want to get him out of here. I just feel drawn to him. What really turned me off is the list of character names. That always turns me off. If there's a huge list of characters or a family tree or a huge map or a glossary of how to pronounce certain words, I'm already shutting down. I'm already turned off. A lot of them are very similar. Artis, Aldor, Altair, Arik, Aros, Daikin, Daegrin, Jace, Jasper, John, Caden, Kaylee, Kyron. Like, they're all so similar. I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to remember what's what? And I hate reading something and seeing it and then going back and saying, oh, what does that mean? Oh, this, and then go back. Like, it completely pulls me out of the story. And I'm just like, no, I don't care. Like, I felt nothing while I was reading this. Like, I can see why people like it, like the story and like them forming a resistance and fighting against the evil king and like different things going on. Like, yeah, it sounds cool. Like, I'm sure I would enjoy it if it was a movie, but not a book. I didn't like the writing style. It felt like she was trying too hard. Like, she would say several things and I'm like, oh, no, you need to cut out a couple sentences because you're telling me too much. Like, you're like, you know, ooh, like trying to hook me in, and I'm like, no, you need to cut those last 2 sentences because like it's just too much. Like, you're trying too hard. Like, you're like, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it just wasn't for me. So it feels very good to finally be done. It just has been staring at me on my shelves for years, and I'm like, I'm done. Like, it's gone. So that is considered a check off my list of my 2026 self-destruct bag. That's completed. Like, I'm fine with DNFing. So I also DNF'd Super Mario Adventures. This looked really cute. I am so excited for the new movie coming out. It has Yoshi! Like, yes! I'm always Yoshi when I play Super Mario Kart. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It's gonna be amazing. I think it comes out in April. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing a movie review on that movie. But anyways, yeah, I just picked this up randomly and I did not like the drawing style. It looked kind of like anime, and I don't like anime. And they kept getting really angry and really scared, and so their face would like completely change, and I just didn't like it. It looked really cheesy, and I was just like, ugh, like, no, it just not for me. So getting rid of that. Then I read this. This is the Wonka script, and so it is the movie script, and I love it so much. It was really fun. I give it 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was really cool seeing the deleted scenes. Like there was a deleted scene in here. I think it might be in the novelization. It was showed Noodle taking him to the library and being like a world of pure imagination. Like, you know, look at all these books, you can go wherever you want. Like, it's just really cool how that tied in with his song. A couple little pieces of extra dialogue, or sometimes not all of the dialogue. And so I'm like, oh, did they ad lib that like on screen? Like, that's really cool. So it just was really neat to get inside and see all of this. And they'll put things in brackets, you know, lying, they say this. Like, it's just really cool to see that. I'm such a movie buff and such a Wonka fan that it was really neat to see this. And the best part was I put on scenes on my phone from the movie, and so I would read along and hear their voices saying it as I read along, or hear their voices singing it as I read the songs. So it was great. I absolutely loved it. It was so cool. It's a really nice, relaxing way to spend the evening. So, okay, next clip. So here's my little book counter. Books read this year, 7. Ta-da! I love it. It's so cool. Okay, I read this. I love the cover so much. I love the color scheme. Look at that, pink and yellow. So cool. The book itself is pink. Pretty cool. The inside of this book was pretty lame. So this was on one of my TBRs from last year. This is a like spin-off or what if story on Cruella. Cruella was a solid movie, solid 4 stars, really enjoyed it. Emma Stone, it was great. This book is like set in the middle of that movie. So it starts off how the movie starts with her young and she's at the party with her mom, and you know, then she meets Horace and Jasper. Like the beginning is pretty much the same. And then it takes you on a whole ride of her life with Jasper and Horace, which is great, which is what I wanted. But the blurb on here and the book itself show her meeting this brother and sister, and she gets like swept up in this really high society, rich world, and they want her to make clothes for them. So she's like kind of living it up and she's enjoying it. And then, you know, Horace and Jasper are feeling kind of pushed to the corner. She ends up meeting like some rock star and they end up having like a relationship, and it was just like very pointless. Like it just was like, okay, I know how her story is gonna end. So all this stuff with all these annoying new characters is filler. Like it just felt like, why? What was the point of this book? Like, I only gave it 2 stars. It was not written great. I mean, I sped read, you know, it was fine. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either. Yeah, I just wanted more Horace and Jasper, you know, and I should have known that just by reading the blurb. We weren't going to see a ton of them, but it just felt so predictable. Like, what was the point of writing this book? Like, it's just nothing truly significant happened. Like, I don't know, it just felt like a waste of time. So I only gave it 2 stars. It will be leaving. But then, last night I read Undertow, and this is kind of the same idea. This is Aquaman, but this is set when he's younger, when he's 13. It's just like the movie, which I love that movie so much. It's so good. And they show his life when he's young, and he has a friend at school, and of course he's dealing with bullies. He's beginning to learn he has powers. He is half Atlantean and half human, and he is like, wow, this is really cool. And so I loved this. I flew through this. It was so much fun, such a fun ride, well written. It kind of was giving me like Gary Paulson vibes, because they talk about him swimming in the water and he's learning how strong he is, and like about how powerful the water is itself, and like just him like fighting for his friends, him sticking up for his friends, him loving his enemies. His relationship with his dad is so sweet. I love it in the movie. I loved it here, especially because he was so young, and seeing his dad have the right balance of taking care of him and telling him about his mom and telling him the truth, but trying to be gentle and not overwhelm him with too much information about everything that happened to his mom and, you know, all that crazy stuff. And so yeah, I just was like rooting for him this whole book, and like it just ended so perfectly. Like everything wrapped up really nicely. Everything came full circle. I loved seeing him connect with the animals, and he has like a friend, this little octopus. It's like his friend, and he's like starting to learn like they understand me and I understand them, and they're hearing my thoughts. Like I can communicate with sea creatures. Like this is amazing. And I just loved him. I loved Arthur. He was so sweet, so good, such a good kid. Like it was so good. This is the way you do it. Like, because this really showed his growth, showed him young and what would have happened before the movie starts. It was so well done. Like, this was definitely needed. Coming of age story. It was like so good. Just loved it. So I'm giving it 4.5 stars. I would have liked maybe if it was a little bit longer. Like I didn't want it to end. I'm like, I want to keep going. But it was really good. So yeah, I loved this. And my final book that I wanted to share with y'all that I read, The 5 Love Languages. Oh my word. This was incredible. Now I see why it's on the bestseller list and why it's so popular. I loved that the author wrote with such empathy. He's so kind. You could just feel how much he wanted to help people and like how much he just loves people in general. And I love how he's not like, well, my marriage is perfect and you need to follow these steps and then your marriage will be perfect. Like, he never comes across arrogant. He was just so kind the way he laid everything out. And it was so well done and it was so respectful. He handled all these subjects with such grace and respect. I just loved it. It was amazing. So I highly, highly recommend it, like no matter what stage of life you're in, like, because it's helped me in every single relationship in my life. Like, I just feel like I'm trying to be more aware and trying to be more honest. I feel like it's really kind of like changed my life a little bit and I love it. I highlighted some stuff in here. It was very good. The whole thing was great. I really enjoyed it. I flew through this in 2 days. And that's saying something for a nonfiction. Like, it was such a fast, easy read, but with such simple, good facts and truth. Just how to love people more. And I also love how the whole entire book feels like Christian. Like, you just feel God's love in this book. But he doesn't talk about God specifically until like the last 2 chapters. And so it just like made me feel really good the way how he can reach out to people who may not be Christians and how they'll still learn and appreciate this and not feel bombarded with, Christianity. Like, I feel like he handled that really well. I got to the end of this book and I actually started crying. Like, I just sat back. It was like, I'm getting emotional already. I like sat back and like started crying. I just like prayed and I was like, Lord, I cannot believe you've blessed me with like the people I have in my life who love me. And like, I just want to love you better and I want to love everybody better. And like, I just feel so grateful, especially this year, everything that's happened. Just really happy. So, yeah, I absolutely loved this. It was so good. So the 5 love languages are quality time, words of affirmation, receiving gifts, physical touch, and acts of service. My love language is quality time. It is really closely linked with physical touch and then words of affirmation. But quality time is my number 1 way of feeling loved. And that's why I felt so loved on my birthday this year, because I got to spend quality time with so many different people. And it was just amazing. So yeah, I took the quiz online and actually bought the sequel. And I hope to be reading that soon. So it's really about being selfless and loving that person the way they feel loved the most, even if it's a foreign language to you. The main things that I took away from this were communicate. Communicate how you feel, what your love language is, and just be honest with your loved ones. 2, put others before yourself. Like, love them first before you love yourself, and of course love God before anybody. The Christian walk is simple, even though it's hard sometimes. It's simple, and it was simple. This is very simple, and I just loved it. So I got a huge blessing out of this. I loved it, and I will keep it forever. It was amazing, and it just really touched me. So yes, 5 stars. new favorite of all time. So that's the video. That's my wrap up for January. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.